Hey guys, I just wanted to do a video that could be helpful for beginners getting into fitness, addressing some of the mistakes that I see made every day, and how to just enjoy your time a little bit more whilst you're entering this new phase of your life. I think the best way to teach things is through stories, so let me introduce Steven, spelled Steven. Not that the spelling matters or anything, but just to paint a picture more clearly in your mind. Steven has a goal to put on muscle, starting from a skinny frame. He goes online to research the best way to do this, and he's overwhelmed. There's so much information out there. Not only that, but there's so much information that's conflicting with each other, that are supported by equally qualified people. Dr. Ajmal says this, Dr. Ephraim says this. They're both doctors and they disagree, so what the fuck do you know? It's crazy. So Steven shakes his head and he says he guess he'll look another time, and he goes back to playing Warzone. Months later, down the line, Steven actually ends up in the gym, just by chance. But the problem is this time he's not feeling the muscle activation in the part of his body where he's told he should be feeling it, according to some Redditor that's involved in some questionable subreddits. So he just throws his arms up in the air, concludes that he's not very good at this, and goes on another 3-month hiatus. But guess what? He got a bit bored of Warzone in another 3 months' time, and he comes back to the gym with a plan. It's looking good so far. He stuck to a program for 2 weeks. He ate some good foods, but not quite enough, but didn't see progress in the 2 weeks, so he quit. It's a very sad tale that repeats itself. There are many more tales in the Steven Chronicles, but for the sake of variety, I want to introduce you to another character, Lachlan. Lachlan's mother called him Lachlan because he's locked the fuck in. Lachlan had the same goal as Steven. He sees the mountain of information online, and whilst he's very confused, he still remembers the basics that everybody knows just through common sense. Eat more, lift more, get big muscles. Lachlan knows that there is more complexity than that, and he is interested in learning about it and optimizing his routine. However, he'll never lose the foundation of eat more, lift more, and get big muscles. So how do you minimize your chances of ending up like a Steven? Assuming you're a very beginner, you've hardly ever been in a gym, you don't even know what exercises are called, you don't know the names, the very beginning. I would allow yourself a few gym sessions to just experiment. Do a little bit of research online, find the muscle groups, understand the sections of the muscle groups, understand that there's different exercises to hit the muscle groups. Some exercises hit more than one muscle group at the same time, and make a little list of all of these exercises relating to the muscle groups and experiment with them. You're not going to like all of them. You actually probably won't like any of them because you're new to this. You don't really have that, what they call mind-muscle connection, which sounds like something out of Doctor Strange, but it's a real thing. It's a skill that you need to work on. There are some workouts that you just won't like because of the length of your arms in relation to your torso, some other factors as well. You might have a dodgy elbow from water polo. I don't know who you are, but maybe. Fucking hell. But you need this discovery phase as a beginner. After you've had this experience, you're now armed, literally, with tools to build your body. You have these exercises, you have the muscle groups. I like to use Excel, you can use whatever you like. Google Sheets actually, because it's free. And write down the movements that you want to do, the weight, or you can discover the weight when you're in the gym, and keep it on you. So you can record the reps. It's very important to record all of this. It's also a lot of work, but this is a lot of work in total, I'm afraid. That's why a muscular body is desired and respected in our culture. Record all of the info, and week after week, you're building it up. You're trying to beat last week's reps. If you're not, don't worry. There's so many variables that go into this. Sleep, hydration, nutrition, etc. Hormones, especially if you're a girl. You girls have so many fucking hormones. Pretty nuts, actually. Kind of scary. I'm scared of women. And hopefully by this point, a few weeks in, you start to see a little bit of progress. If not physically, then at least in numbers, you're getting stronger. Then you might have caught the bug. Now you're slightly starting to enjoy it. And if you're eating right, you have the right macros, you have roughly the right volume. Your gym routine doesn't need to be perfect. And it actually won't be perfect, I'm sorry to break it to you. But it just needs to be something. You want to aim for at minimum 4 sets per muscle group per week. At the very minimum, I would say. And once you have this plan, you want to stick to it for at least 6 weeks. You want to do your very best to make sure that you control all the variables, being your sleep, nutrition, and your intensity during the workouts. And you swear that you've had good sleep and recovery. you're pretty sure you had good nutrition, and you're bloody sure that you had pretty decent intensity in the gym, then after 6 weeks, maybe change things up or ask for advice. I would absolutely encourage you to not change anything before 6 weeks. Otherwise you'll start a bad habit and you'll become a Stephen, giving things 2 weeks and not letting it work. There's so much information and details that I won't cover all in this video. Number one, because they're heavily debated. Number two, because there's so much. But just a little facts here and there. I'm guessing you are a beginner, so I want to help you. The scientists recommend 1.6 grams of protein to 2.2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. They can't really agree on any closer number than that, but what they can agree on is that too much protein is not harmful unless you have a liver condition. Big unless, so listen to that if you have a liver condition. So I would go on the high end of 2 to 2.2 grams of protein. You will hear people disputing that online. I'm just telling you what I did to get an above average physique. It's pretty sick actually, but I don't want to pat myself on the back too much. Could I have done it more optimally? Yeah, probably. Could I have done it less optimally? Yeah. But I did it in a pretty decent time frame, and I'm sharing that with you. I'm still going to discover and explore different methods, but for now, this is what I did. One of the most important things is action. Stephen just researches everything online and then goes back to his Xbox. Stephen has zero muscle stimulus from that. You need to take action. If you're going to the gym and you're, oh, I don't know if this method is most optimal, who cares? You're going to the gym, you're going to get some muscle stimulus. So take action. I will warn you though, it's very hard. It's not easy. Around 50% of the people that join gyms quit within the first 6 months, and that number goes to 80% after a year, reinforcing how difficult this is. If you don't want to fall into those stats, here are some tips. Number 1, David Goggins videos. Number 2, invite friends to the gym. Makes the process itself more enjoyable. Number 3 is get an online coach. Oh, I actually know an online coach. It's me. No, but seriously though, it can help. Number 4 is get a PT. It's number 4 because they're more expensive and most of them are pretty shit. No offense. I actually have a lot of PT friends that's not targeted at you, shout out you guys, but online coaches are the best. But you don't need any coach. Try it out on yourself first and follow the steps that I just said. As long as you take action. You get zero muscle stimulus, staying at home, researching workout routines that you're never going to fucking do. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, hit up the comments, or you can DM me on Instagram. Take action.